Oh yeah. Yeah, I was hitting them dead on right there.
Good job, man.
How you guys been?
Hi, Geeks.
How you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Doing great. Just checking out the spy. You know, Snapchat surprised me pretty big.
Yeah, that thing really flew, man.
Yeah.
That was crazy. It
I'm
just
not even gonna
discouraged
look
me
at my
from playing
options.
all the other plays that we planned. 'Cause I was like, the market is gonna whipsaw us.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump into this real quick. So I got some notes here. So I'm looking at the SPY. Looking at the overall market, there's multiple scenarios that can happen here. If we look at the daily chart and we draw the area of support, draw a little box from here over. We're going to cover this candlestick area right here, this area when it broke above, pulled back, shot up here, pulled back here, making this double bottom right here, and then closed above this resistance area right here. So now this is my analysis of what's going on here. So we have a breakout. If we extend this to the left a little bit, we can say that this is a false breakout. So no matter what, we still had some, rejection right here. And then when it come back down, it's sold off back into this zone. So, so I would say this resistance level right here is pretty strong. And you can see that each time it come back down right here, it was rejected. So it got rejected twice right here. And now it's coming back into this zone right here that it tested previously. So before we was looking at something like a pennant. So we had this pennant that was broke. And we can see that it ran up right here, created another pennant. So now we just got to see what's going to happen here. So really this is a continuation pattern after it breaks out. But it all depends on what kind of news is released. And with, the vaccines, what they said about the vaccines, FDA quick approval and the Pfizer and mRNA,
Yeah.
it'll probably run. I would say, that's pretty good news for the market, I would say.
Definitely.
But now you got your support level tested multiple times, like I said, and it could come back down and get tested again and be a wick and go to the upside, but I'm not sure. But if it does break back below this level right here, it's just going to go back into this consolidation area where it was at before. But, unlike this area right here, this was nullified pretty quickly. Come back, made this double bottom, come up, and then now this is showing you all the confirmation that you need that it's holding above this previous area. So whether it continues or not, that's going to be probably based on news and just how everybody reacts tomorrow.
Yeah, these patterns tend to break out hard, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's a really good pattern though. You got that double bottom right there.
Yeah.
Double bottom, breakout, clear breakout, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days above this area of support now. So
What's the MAs looking like if you throw them up?
throwing some moving averages.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Still bullish, haven't crossed below. Like if you've seen this action right here,
Yeah.
then it would be bearish, but still bullish for now. As odd as it is, we're still in a bad way, but all right, let's look at NVDA. All right, so I already got this one drawn out.
Oh, wow.
Zoom in here a little bit. Let's take all these studies off. All right, so this is going to be your overall trend. You got a rejection here, bullish pin bar, run up, rejection here, hammer or bullish pin bar, run up, a test here, test here, test here, test here, and now you got another test. So if this overall trend can hold up, then you're going to make this ascending triangle, and it's going to continue up like this. And then eventually it will be forced out of this resistance area and create a new trend upwards. So it did make this double top right here, but you know, this is probably not going to hold up when this has been trending so nicely for such a long time, and it is Nvidia, you know.
Oh yeah.
So based on what it is and what it's been doing, I don't see this double top right here doing much.
Could give a nice dip by tomorrow.
Yeah. If we draw a little range right here, you know, we can see this is nothing more than a fake out, you know, real resistance right here.
Huh.
It's pretty nice. So it's not a head and shoulders pattern because this price come up here above this head. So we're still in good shape for this ascending triangle. Earnings is out of the way. They beat earnings estimates, so should see a continuation upwards.
Yeah, definitely oversold. I feel. You could see the
Yeah.
volume kind of coming in too at the end there.
See what the moving averages look like, 20 and 50. So it's right there on them. So,
Wow.
but like I said, you know, unless something bad happens, I don't see this breaking this trend right here and just coming on down.
I mean, it doesn't look like it gets affected much by bad news either. You know.
Yeah, not at all. Take those back off. All right, let's look at Netflix. So again, looking at Netflix, let's look at the 4-hour chart here. So if we scrunch the chart down, we can see that this is a nice consolidation area. Hasn't really been trending. This is your trend, went into a consolidation phase. And now every time that this stock pulls back to this support level in this consolidation, it runs. So this is a very good area of support right here.
Oh yeah.
If we zoom in a little bit more, we can see that it's making an ascending triangle type pattern. If we move this right here, we can see that it's also making like a rounded bottom. Could make a cup and handle. Not sure. If not, it'll just keep rounding and it's going to go for a gap fill here. And it also has another gap to fill up here.
Wow.
So looks pretty good. You can see that the prices was heading down right here. Consolidated a little bit. And now it's heading upwards in just this little cup and handle. So first target's going to be up here at 511, 512, and then it's going to see 526. So really good price for Netflix right now. You know, Netflix isn't going anywhere.
What would you say nullifies the cup and handle, and you'd know its continuation? Is it a strong move in the morning?
If it nullifies that cup and handle, man, this is the 4-hour chart. I think it has to come back below this right here, this
No, I'm
support.
saying for the upside with just the pan.
Oh, just the pan.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to come back and make the cup and handle. So the rounded bottom will be nullified once it starts pulling back and making a channel here.
Yeah. But
Start
if it
making a
doesn't,
channel.
do that and it goes straight up, how would you know it's going to go up?
You just ride the trend.
Okay.
So it's going to be making a trend here.
Okay.
And you just got to be trying to catch it throughout this trend.
Makes a lot of sense. Okay.
And then it's going to, if it gets super powerful, it'll break away from that trend. And then you'll have just like this trend right here going
Nice.
up into this resistance.
Nice. I like this a lot.
Yeah, it's a good one. I mean, real cheap. It's Netflix. We know what Netflix does.
Yeah. And you can
Longer people stay at home. You know,
Yeah.
more states on lockdown.
Mm-hmm. Higher lows too. It's great. Yeah.
Yep. So we're moving all this garbage. Whoops.
I like the potential for those gap fills. Those are.
Oh
great.
yeah, people are going to be looking at those big time. But yeah, so as long as we can stay on this path right here, we're good to go. Netflix is one of my favorites for now. So the name of the game is to buy low and sell high, and this is where you're going to do it. You're going to be buying low in this general area here, and you're going to be selling high up here.
Yeah, and it's shown support. I mean, in this area. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're just going to be playing safe by taking profits, at these first two areas and not getting greedy and trying to take everything. Like if you want to gamble a little bit and try to catch these tops that it made before, go for it, but be smart and take your profits here where it really matters. But yeah, I think the longer this thing consolidates, the more powerful the moves are going to be when it picks what side it wants to go to. I mean, it could easily start this path right here, or it could easily start this path here.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just got to wait for it. Wait for that breakout.
I mean, it's been beaten down for a good amount of time, so I
Oh, yeah.
honestly think it's
Yeah, they've been trying to hold it down.
yeah.
The longer they can hold it down, the more time they got to load up,
Right.
more checks they can put into it.
Yeah.
So,
See, there's like a volume divergence there too, which I really like a lot.
yeah,
It's going downwards, but the price action is going up, which is
exactly. I've seen that as well. That's in my notes.
yeah,
So you see the volume here,
yeah.
probably starting to curl up. Also, let's break it down a little bit. If we look at the 15-minute chart, we can see that this could be the time to take calls or buys depending on the overall market. It's currently breaking the ascending triangle and pulling back to retest. All right, so let's go to, let's clear all this out. Let's put our box around our price, drop it down to the 15, look for an entry.
Huh.
So now we have resistance right here. And then we have higher lows, low, 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 forced out of our ascending triangle pattern. And then now we're pulling back to retest. So you can see a clear break, two big powerful candles right here, a pullback, creating a bull flag. And now we're just waiting for a break to the upside. Once we get a break to the upside, this is going to confirm this trend up here to gap fills.
That's a perfect fib placement there from the bottom. If you
Yeah.
serve.
Yeah, so you can take your fib here. We'll clear all this out. Here's our ascending triangle.
Yeah, I love
And
that
look
it came
closer.
back and it touched it exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can take your Fibonacci extension and find out your price targets. 100% is going to be your first, 161 is going to be your second, and that happens to be right here at a support level / resistance now, and then your gap fill is going to be all the way up here at 512. So if you want to play it based off the 15-minute, then that would have to be your first target.
Yeah, that's a beautiful play.
Yeah, because it could definitely hit that right there, come back down, bounce around, and eventually go back up there. But based on the 15-minute, that would be your first target probably. But yeah, beautiful play. So
Yeah.
let's see what the retracement looks like.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you to do that. Yeah.
So on the Fibonacci retracement, we want to see 50% retracement.
Exactly.
So there it is. You got
Wow.
your 50% retracement right there, right on your support level. So you got two powerful supports.
You're a magician, man. You're a magician.
Now you're looking for green. So once you start seeing green, that's your bull flag moment. So boom, boom.
Doesn't even touch the wick. It's like the full body right there. That's crazy.
Yeah. So this is showing you once you find a nice setup on the daily, you can drop it down to these 1 hour, 15-minute, 30-minute, and look for an entry.
For a nice entry. You want me to see what calls are available for it?
Yeah, sure.
Let me see if there are any good
And
ones.
on this 15-minute, you can see a little bit more of the rounded bottom here,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
and even a slight handle on the cup already.
Yeah.
So
So if I look at the December 18th calls, the let's see. All right, this isn't too bad. Actually, the time decay on them is really expensive, but if we do a more short-term contract, which I think it'll probably do something short-term, December 11th would be the safe bet, I'm guessing,
December 11th.
unless you really want to go far out.
Let's
And
look at the 1 hour. So it's getting some rejection right here in this area. It's got
Yeah.
rejected a lot in this area, but once it breaks above, it has big run ups. So you get that almost 512 every time. So
yeah, I think we might get a little bit of a rejection here before we go up, but up
if we
again,
do, we shouldn't get more than this trend line right here.
yeah, if it hits that trend line, it would be a safe bet to buy, because then the IVs on these will come down significantly.
Yeah.
But currently, like, let's say something close to the money, like $500 call on a December 11th is $1,200.
Yeah.
So they're pricey, and the theta on them is too expensive. It's $42 a day to hold it, which I don't like. If you want to go far out, like let's say like January 15th, 21, and you grab like out the money call, not too bad. You could see like a 600 for 390, but still the time decay on it is pretty expensive.
Yeah. Time decay is pretty nice.
$14 a day, and the delta is only 12. So
That time decay will get you.
yeah, but these things can pop up to $3,000. So
Ooh.
$300 to $3,000. That's 100. What is that? 100%, right? Yeah. No,
A lot
1,000.
more than that.
Yeah, 1,000% return.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So it could teeter totter right here for a few days in this ascending triangle pattern before it breaks to the upside. And you said the DK was what per day?
The DK was 14 a day, but if it does end up going in the money, that'll just wipe out and you'll be good. I mean, $600 is a good area. I think by January we could get.
Yeah.
It's pretty reasonable.
So this is if we look at candlesticks here, we can see that this was in a uptrend here.
Yeah.
And low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher lows, and higher highs. So when it broke below, it gapped down here, and then it started this channel right here. So at the end of this channel, it had this huge rejection wick. If you draw it over, you can see that it had a reversal candlestick right here, which is the spinning top or the long-legged doji. And this is why it's great to know candlesticks. So once you had that long-legged doji right there, followed by a bullish engulfing, that's what started that uptrend.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it wants a little bit of a pullback to this trend line, and then
Yeah,
that'd be
I
nice.
could see that happening.
Especially with it kind of makes sense because of this Pfizer and vaccine news and stuff. If it becomes more bullish, the market, Netflix is not something that runs with the market.
Yeah.
Bullish. So
Look at this 1 hour, the moving averages. So
yeah.
so here it was underwater, now it crossed above, and now you got your 20 crossing the 50 right here.
Yeah,
So this is bullish as well.
that's gonna keep it up for sure. Yeah.
So these should start spreading in the upwards direction and pushing this thing up. So
Yeah, so we wouldn't really expect much of a dip at that bottom, but probably a wick the most.
yeah.